So I have to start off this episode. I told you off air. I have to rile some Chiefs fans up today. I was watching that Chiefs Jaguars game, man, and
Duval.
I don't know if you saw it, but when Juju got knocked out
Yeah.
by, was it
Cisco,
Cisco? Was that his
Andre
name?
Cisco, I think.
Yeah. Instead of like a moment of silence for Juju, who at first I thought was kind of like a Tua situation, with his hands were kind of,
Oh,
it was a
really?
bit, it was yeah. Um, the fans are just chanting BS about the call the whole time he's down on the field.
Hmm. But
Just
there
another.
was a flag though.
Yeah. I don't think so at first, and I think they changed it or something. Um, what did you think about the hit, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know. He caught it and he was running full speed at him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did hit his helmet just because that's where his head was. He kind of lowered his head, like Juju lowered his head a little bit, I think, bracing for
hmm
the hit. And I think the guy
hmm
just was flying and just ran into him.
Just another reason why we hate Chiefs fans here.
Yeah.
So
Also,
we have two.
we'll get to that game. I have some comments.
Gotcha.
Jags
Yeah.
kicker kind of lost the game for them.
yeah. Yeah. No, I thought yeah, we'll get into it. But yeah, I thought you guys looked decent for sure. Um, but no, Chiefs fans absolutely suck. I know we have quite a few that listen to this, but I'm sorry guys.
With all due
But
respect.
we have our Did You See It's like always today. We have some NHL, some NBA that happened this weekend. We have our starting five today is satisfying feelings. So I'm really interested to see where we go with that. Week 11 reactions in college football, week 10 reactions in the NFL so far, as we still have the Cowboys Packers game on right now. And you have that watching, you're watching, and I'm watching it as well.
Yeah.
I also have a new mic here, so I'm hoping it sounds pretty decent here because I was kind of jealous over the last year of of your mic and how good it sounded. But did you see it, Wise? My did you see it? I guess happened. It might even happen last week where it kind of blew up. But Ryan Reynolds, very popular actor, one of the best out there, I think, is the potential owner of the Ottawa Senators now, which I think I will draw in so many
Oh, it'd be
fans for
awesome.
Ottawa.
He's awesome.
Uh,
He's hilarious.
I think they kind of blew it out of proportion at first because somebody tweeted about it, and then he all he put was like a that emoji where he's like thinking,
Hmm.
and he like replied to it, and I was
He'd
like,
be in
oh,
an
people are,
ownership group. He doesn't have enough
yeah,
money
yeah,
to
yeah,
just personally
yeah,
buy it.
yeah. He said that. He said I need a sugar mama or a sugar daddy to help me out. But no. Then the next night he showed up at the Senators game,
Oh, really?
and the crowd went nuts. I think that would be so good
He
for the
is
Senators,
from
and
Canada, right? Is he from
yeah,
Ottawa?
he's from Vancouver. He was born in Vancouver, and then he lives some parts in Ottawa.
Oh,
But I
nice.
think that would be so cool for the Ottawa Senators and all the NHL. I think that would bring in so many fans for them, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Like such a good look. But
Because
what you
he's
got
done
for
a
us?
ton with the England soccer team, the Wrexham.
Oh yeah.
There's like a Netflix show on it,
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
like
wasn't it
documentary.
like a? Was it? I don't remember. Was it kind of like the Ted Lasso type thing, or is that a totally different?
They're just in a really low level of the like English Premier League. They're in like the so there's like the Premier League, then another level, then another level.
Yeah,
I think they're in like the third or something.
gotcha. And like working their way up, or how does that?
Yeah, I
Have you seen
guess.
it?
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I kind of want to. I also,
Gotcha.
speaking of soccer, I want to watch the FIFA documentary of how corrupt they are. That's on
Yeah,
Netflix.
yeah, yeah. I mean, with the World Cup coming up too, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about. Um, I've had some soccer buddies that are really into soccer telling me like it's pretty messed up system and stuff like that. So I kind of want.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna.
they went to Qatar, basically
Mhm.
Qatar, Qatar. I don't. People say Qatar just
Yeah,
sounds really weird, so I call it Qatar.
I haven't
But
heard that Cutter.
yeah, a lot of people say call it Qatar. I don't know if
Really?
they're actually mean it or just I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
Qatar, uh, they had a bunch of people die building the stadiums because it's not like it's the most
yeah,
friendly country in the world.
yeah.
And I think for the love, oh my God. Um, uh, and I think they just bribed them with a bunch of money to go there. That's why they picked there.
Yeah.
Which
But World Cup wise, I am pretty excited for it. I told you over the weekend I watched like 5 or 6 hours of soccer trying to learn more
it's
about it.
so
And
dumb that also another reason it's stupid is it's usually in the summer So it's
Yeah,
during
yeah,
the
yeah.
break, like summer break for all the
Mm-hmm.
leagues.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have to have like a weird break in the middle of the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's like right around
Mm-hmm.
Christmas time. People are busy. Also, no one in America is going to watch the World Cup on a Sunday or even a
Yeah,
Saturday because college
true.
football and
Very true.
NFL's on. So,
Yeah,
but
I'm
everyone else in the world would probably watch it, but it's still kind of a little annoying.
watching some EPL this weekend. I thought it was interesting because there a lot of teams are either resting guys for the World Cup for their teams, or like I don't know. I feel like it. I feel I'm not a huge EPL fan or anything, but I feel like EPL fans would really have a problem with taking away from their season. You know, they're sitting
Hmm.
players now for the World Cup. So yeah, I could see where that would rile some people up. But what you got? Did you see it? Did you see it for us?
First, did you see it? It's not really did you see it, but Happy Veterans Weekend to all the
Yes, sir.
veterans
Mm-hmm.
who served in the military. Um, and then my other did you see it was in the Munich game. Probably the best part of the game was
Mm-hmm.
the whole entire stand singing Country Roads by John
Yep.
Denver.
Yep.
It was awesome because it was in Germany too. It
Yeah,
was yeah, it was awesome. Like they were belting it. Like I that seemed
I
like an
know.
amazing atmosphere.
Yeah, it was
And
dope.
then um me being a Clemson graduate, Will Shipley and I know everyone sees Will Shipley's hurdle, but no one has seen Barrett Carter's our linebacker. He hurdled the block from the running back to try to block him and then he sacked the quarterback. It was pretty sweet.
Gotcha. No,
Three other
I definitely
hurdlers.
saw the Will Shipley
Yeah, it
one.
was
That was pretty
awesome.
dope. That's pretty dope. Are you so I need to before we move on here. Where are you at in this Packers Cowboys game?
Oh, there's a good chance the Packers will beat us because he always they'll probably go for two or something. Pick it.
Did
Oh,
you
they
just
just scored. Lovely.
the touchdown?
Christian
Okay. You're
Watson. Now he's on my hate list.
okay, because you're slightly behind me, I guess. Because I was you
Are
didn't
they
freak
going for two? Did they just get it? Just
they're
tell
showing a
me if they
replay
get it.
still. I will.
I
I
I
will.
I don't like my dad's usually ahead of me in these, and he'll text me when stuff happens, like if we score, and it's just
Uh-huh.
honestly that should be my first best feeling is like knowing what's going to happen in a game.
Yeah. They did not go for two.
Thank God. Good.
They did not
We
go for
just need a
two.
field goal. Brett
Tie
Maher,
game. Tie game with
go.
two and a half left. So do you want to start with our satisfying feelings or do you want to do NHL first?
We can do NHL stuff.
Okay.
Wait, do you have any did you see it? Wait, no, you did your did you see it?
Yeah, the Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. I
Yes,
was
sir.
zoned out.
No, you're good. So on Friday, I guess I should start on Thursday night because that we covered some games already, but the Blues faced the Sharks, and for the first time in I guess the whole year, we can come into this episode with some high talking of our St. Louis Blues. The Blues have won two straight. They beat the Sharks on Thursday night, 5-3, and honestly, it wasn't a very pretty game against a Sharks team that's really bad. One of
We're
the goals
back.
we gave up, yeah, we're back. Yeah, one of the goals we gave up, Justin Falk literally just smacked it in. He was on the ice for like a minute 45 and just could knock it off. And the puck was tossed up in the air off Benner, I guess, or off a
Mhm.
defenseman, and he tried to grab it and like throw it out or smack it out of the crease. Went right in the back of the net. I mean,
So
just an
he
absolute.
caught it and then threw it right in the net.
I think it was. I don't think he actually caught it, but he
Oh, it just went
smacked
right
it,
through his
and
hands.
yeah, it went straight to the back of the net. And I was like, does that not just describe our season so far? But we did end up
Mhm.
pulling that one out, 5-3 against the Sharks. On Friday, before I move on to the other, I guess I should talk about the other Blues game real quick. We faced the Knights last night on Saturday night. Um, and the Knights are the number one team in hockey, 13-2. I mentioned a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, they have the best goalie tandem and the
Mhm.
cheapest goalie tandem in hockey, and we beat them. We beat them, and that was, you joke about we're back. I don't think we're back yet, but that's a big win. That's a big
Yeah.
win. 3-2 over the Knights. Barbie had a goal. That should have been my did you see it? John
Barbashev.
Hamm, yeah, Barbashev. John Hamm and Barbie have this weird connection. Have you heard about this or seen this?
Is it when he's on the show or something, he
Yeah.
scores?
Yeah. Every time he's on the broadcast, he has scored. It's
That's
one of the
funny.
craziest things. The other two times was when he was actually talking. Last
Oh
night he
wow.
left. Yeah. So Barbie scored
Oh,
last night. Brennan Saad had one, and Ryan O'Reilly had one, and Bennington was absolutely unbelievable. 34 of 36 in net. And we beat a really good Knights team. And I take pride in some good takes I've had on this podcast in our 10 months, but I've had some bad ones recently, bro. I've had some
Same.
bad takes. I've had some bad takes recently. I said the Suns were going to be average. I said the Knights were going to be bad.
You
I
picked
said
the
your
Clippers to
Cowboys.
win the championship.
Yeah, and Kawhi's like, yeah, MIA right now. Yeah, not a
Kawhi,
good look.
Kawhi will just come, like, start playing the last however many games of the year and just
Yeah,
tear it up.
yeah, exactly. Uh, um, on Friday night, the Wild beat the Kraken 1-0. Marc-Andre Fleury with a shutout. That was actually our player of the night that I put on our Instagram story. Marc-Andre Fleury, 28 for 28 in net. The Penguins beat the Maple Leafs 4-2. And speaking of the Penguins, I saw a graphic recently. A lot of people want to freak out over how the Blues have started. I saw the Flames were like 0-5-1 or something in their last six. Penguins had lost six straight. Lightning are like 500. Capitals were like lost four straight. The Predators were on a bad streak. Like there's so many teams that were playoff teams last year that have started out slow. Like the New Jersey Devils are like 12-3 or whatever. Like they're
Yeah.
not that. So it's really early still. I feel like as fan bases we all do that though. We just
Mhm.
overreact right off the beginning of the season. But yeah, the Penguins won 4-2. The Capitals beat the Lightning actually 5-1 that night, and the Sharks beat the Stars 5-4. And then Saturday night, we beat the Golden Knights, like I mentioned. The Senators beat the Flyers, forementioned Senators, and that did you see it there? But they beat the Flyers 4-1. The Oilers beat the Panthers 4-2. The Bruins beat the Sabres 3-1. Canadiens over the Penguins 5-4. Devils win again, dude. Holy cow.
They're 9-1 in their
The
last 10 games.
That's ridiculous. Like I know they're kind of like the Astros where they had, and I guess the Oilers too. I'm trying to think of any other teams that are like this where they were so bad for so long that they got so many high draft picks that
Yeah.
eventually they have to be good. I don't know if that's now because they have a lot of like flashy, not tough, defensive guys,
Mhm.
defensive minded guys. So I want to see how that plays out throughout the season. The Maple Leafs beat the Canucks 3-2. The Islanders beat the Blue Jackets 4-3 in overtime. Predators over the Rangers 2-1. Avalanche over the Hurricane 4-1. Mikko Rantanen with a goal and three assists. He was our player of the game or player of the night on Saturday night on our Instagram story. He's actually a two-time winner now of that player of the night. So
Congratulations. I know
there
he
you
tunes in.
yeah. The Blackhawks beat the Ducks 3-2. Flames beat the Jets 3-2, and the Kings beat the Red Wings 4-3. Man, a lot of games every Saturday night. It's like Saturday night, and they say Saturday night in Canada, but it's really Saturday night in hockey. I mean,
Mm.
they just like literally play. Everybody plays on Saturday nights. Um, and then Sunday we have a few games here. One game is finished. The Stars beat the Flyers 5-1. Um, but yeah, my biggest takeaway is from this weekend is the Blues. Man, it's just so good to have a couple wins under your belt.
Yeah.
Hopefully, build off this. We have the Colorado on Monday, and I think we
That's
have the
that's great.
Blackhawks. I know, right?
We
We
should
have the
beat the
Blackhawks
Blackhawks.
on Wednesday. Yeah, we should beat the Blackhawks. And Colorado is beatable for sure. We mentioned on here they started off pretty slow, and then now they're 8-4-1 now. They turned it on, but
I think not having Kadri is kind of it was a big loss for them.
it was man, it was. And the Flames, I thought I mean the Flames started off well, and then they have coughed it up these last few, I guess, a couple weeks really. But yeah, just so good to have the Blues winning again here. Hopefully, we have a 2-game road trip still with Colorado and Chicago this week, and then I guess on Thursday we're back at home against the Capitals. So hopefully we can get back. At least win against Chicago. Hopefully beat Colorado too, but at least win one of those two, get back home,
Yeah.
and then keep it rolling. There's so much of the season left.
Yeah,
So
there's like
much of the season.
70, 60 games
Yeah.
left.
There's so much left.
75. They play 82 games.
82, same as the NBA. Which, how
Yeah,
do you
now
feel
we're
about
gonna
that real
punt back
quick?
to them. Yeah, we're gonna lose.
How do you feel about an 82 game NHL season?
I,
Think it should be shorter?
I don't know. I don't know. The NHL, I think the players are way more tougher than the NBA because
Mm-hmm.
they usually play every single night and I'll
Yep.
get play with broken a broken body.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
NBA players, they strain their finger, they're like pinky, and they'll go, we're out for like 2 months. But I don't know. What do you think? You obviously watch hockey a lot more than me, so
I'm okay with 82. I know some people. I was trying to compare it to other sports. Like a lot of people want the MLB season shorter. Um, like college football is another one I've been thinking about a lot lately. Where I don't know if I think I would. I'm in the belief where I want 12 to 16 teams in college football.
mhm.
And are they doing 8? I kept
16's
asking.
too many. I think they're doing 12.
They are doing 12. Okay.
16's a
Um,
lot. That's too many.
so if they do 12, then I guess shorter season, or would you
No, you just
prefer?
keep it the same. They have the championship isn't played till New Year's Eve, and the last game of the season is Thanksgiving weekend, and then so they have a bunch of weeks they can play games.
Gotcha. I actually did a
I think 12 is a good number, but I it's still a lot, I think. Just
yeah.
because the difference in caliber of teams in college
Hmm.
football is so great.
For sure. Yeah. I did a report recently, a presentation in class. I might have mentioned this already on here, but somebody raised their hand and asked me a question afterwards, and it was about college football.
Mhm.
And because I was talking about NIL deals and like how it's really good for the sports in general. Because I feel like you don't players won't feel like they have to go to Alabama to get recognized anymore, or
Mhm.
Georgia. They can go to, and we've seen like Jackson State's on the map now,
Yeah.
and schools like that, because NIL deals are huge for athletes.
Yeah.
And he raised his hand. He was asking about college football, and he said he's okay with like a March Madness type thing for college football. Just throw everybody in.
Oh, that's
I was like, yeah, that's a little
so many
much.
people would die.
Yeah,
It's that's
yeah,
playing a whole other another season.
I
You
know.
play like 6, 7, 8, maybe. I'm trying to think how many games they play in March Madness. I think it's 6
Yes,
games you have
I
to
think
win.
it's 6. Yeah,
Round of
yeah.
64, 32,
Hmm.
Sweet 16, Elite 8, final. Yeah, 6.
6. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like a season and half a season added on to your full
I
season.
know. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be doable. Um,
No.
but in the NBA this weekend, starting with Friday night, my Raptors have lost a couple straight here, and
Who?
honestly, it's been the Raptors.
Oh, I thought you were saying that. Okay, we'll get to the Lakers. I think the Lakers are just flat out bad.
I am, I'm gonna eat my pride, and I hung up the jersey here for some good luck behind me. I'm gonna eat my pride though, bro. And watching them the other night, and shout out to your guy, De'Aaron Fox, dude.
The greatest
It
2K player of all time.
Dude, he was playing like he was in 2K the other night. He was just like cooking. He was off balance. He does this little mid-range fadeaway type thing where when he shoots, it's really high arc.
Yeah.
So it's hard to reach it. He was doing over AD, who has a long reach. And yeah, let me get the stats here. Fox with 32, 12, and 7, 13 of 19 from the field. Just absolutely
How many
cooking.
threes did he shoot?
5. He was two for
Okay.
5.
That's about as many as he needs to shoot because
Yeah,
he's
that's 40%.
he's so quick, and I remember watching him in Kentucky. It was so fun to watch. And yeah, because he's a slasher and disher, and so if he's open for a three, take it. But he's not like a
Yeah.
Steph Curry where he's
Yeah.
just launching because he drains a bunch.
Yeah.
Ooh, the
Yeah,
Packers are playing.
him and him and Monk in college were fun to watch.
Oh, that
Fox and Monk.
probably my favorite game was that year. They
I know what
played
you're gonna say.
North Carolina.
Yep, I knew it.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that
That was
was
legendary.
incredible.
That was legendary. And I
I think North
think,
Carolina won that year,
yeah,
maybe. That's when they were really good. They had
yeah,
Justin
and
Jackson, who just drained threes. Oh God.
oh yeah, dang, yeah,
North
bring back
Carolina,
all the
if you
memories.
think about it, they have stretches where they're good for a couple of years and then they're down a couple of years. It's because they get some one and done guys, but they get a lot of guys that stay multiple years
Yeah,
rather than Duke
yeah,
has just a new starting five every single year because
yeah, yeah, for sure. We got what 9 seconds? I got 9 seconds left on my end for the Cowboys Packers game. By the way,
did he catch it? Oh yeah.
there was
It's going
nobody
in
there.
overtime.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. But no, the like you mentioned, the Kings beat the Lakers 120-114. And man, I don't know. I just don't. They have to do something. like they have to trade something, even if it means AD for picks or something.
Would
Like
you
they
want
have to make.
LeBron to be traded to a different team?
Hmm.
Because I know you don't like the Lakers. You just love LeBron.
Yeah. Oh, I told somebody this the other day, and you know this already. When he's gone or retired, I'm not a Lakers fan. Like, let's be real. Like, I'm not. I'm never
Yeah,
gonna
you're
follow the
saying
Lakers.
that, but you're like, it's kind of cool. I'm part of the
The Lakers.
Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah. um, but I don't know. I would rather him stay, and then try to find AD, and then I mean, next year is when a lot of guys are off the books. A lot of free agents are available. LA is still a big place, even if they're not great right now. It's still a great place to go play. People want to play there. Um, so I don't know. I think they have put all this effort in, Braun's last couple of years to try to be good, which is failing right now, absolutely flopping.
Hmm.
And so I think I'm sticking to the Buddy Hield Miles Turner thing. And at worst, you're a playing team. If you get Miles Turner and Buddy, you're at least a playing team. You have to be. Right
But
now,
like as we
I don't
talked
think
about
they are.
last time, like who are you gonna give up? Like
I
they're not gonna
know.
take
I
anyone.
know. I know. I'm looking at the roster here, and
You're gonna have to
Russ would
send
have to be in
AD
there.
for Miles Turner, Buddy,
Yeah.
and
I don't know why they would do
well, what
that.
if you
Yeah.
sent AD and got Miles Turner, um,
And picks or something.
Buddy, and like Mathurin? Those three
Oh my
guys.
gosh, that would be absolutely nasty. Oh, I would love that. Obviously, I just don't think the Pacers will.
I think
Like, why would the?
80's stock's gone down.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. But yeah, they're sitting at 2-10 tonight. They're facing the Nets tonight, which are actually doing really well since Steve Nash was fired. So,
And Kyrie's not
uh,
playing. Katie's just like,
yeah,
get on
yeah,
my back.
yeah. Finally, yeah. On Friday, yes, on Friday night, the Celtics beat the Nuggets 131 to 112. Another big performance by Jayson Tatum. He's had a really good year. 34,
Hmm.
8, and 5, I think it was. 34,
Win
8. Friday night. This was, yeah, 34, 8, and 5.
41. Wait, did they play the Pistons?
No, the Nuggets game.
Okay. Over
He
to
dropped
November 11th.
he dropped like 40 on the Pistons the next night though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been cooking right now. The Magic beat the Suns 114-97. The Knicks beat the Pistons 121-112. Spurs over the Bucks. That was a big game that night. That was kind of a shock. Giannis has been out, and I don't know. I haven't even found out why he's been out. He's missed like 4 straight games. I don't know why.
He's just
But
chilling.
I guess so. The Spurs beat the Bucks 111-93. The Grizzlies beat the Wolves 114-103. And then the Warriors beat the Cavs 106-101. That was a pretty good game. Actually, at the end of it, that's when Steph, I don't know if you saw on social media, Steph went absolutely nuts and
Really?
just drilling everything. He hit a go ahead three with like 40 seconds left and turned around
Oh, really?
and ran down the
I love
court.
when he does that.
But like the guts to do it when you're down one at the end of the game is like, oh my gosh.
Greatest shooter of all time. He knows.
He is, man.
It's his knee. Something with his knee.
Giannis.
Yeah. Yeah. This website didn't give me. It just said knee. It gave me
Gotcha.
like no information.
I see him hype over there all the time, but yeah, he's been missing the last
Uh,
couple. And
knee.
Middleton's still been out too. Javon Carter's been the one cooking
Yeah.
for him.
Okay.
That's
Come
wild.
on. Tell me what is wrong with him. Okay. It just. Yeah. I like read the article and it's just saying how he's been averaging this many points, all this stuff. Okay, thanks. That doesn't help.
Knee soreness is probably the
Yeah,
best way to explain it.
bump
On Saturday
knees.
night, the Pacers beat the Raptors. Another bad loss for the Raptors. They were without Freddie in that one and Siakam as well. Obviously, the Nets beat the Clippers 110-95. Um, the Clippers are now 7-6, and the Nets are 6-7. They're coming up. Role players have been really good for the Nets. Like Durant's doing his thing, 27,
Hmm.
but like Claxton with 14 boards, and like Edmund Sumner's getting
They
good
got
minutes.
solid role guys,
Oh
I
yeah,
think,
for
actually.
sure, for sure. I mean, you look at the bench. Simmons' minutes are down, like 14 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, but Seth Curry had 22 off the bench.
Oh, he's back. Yeah, he's
Yeah, he just came
huge.
back. Yeah,
When's
Markeith.
whenever what's his TJ Warren comes back, that's
Yeah,
huge.
he's been missing for a long time.
Yeah. They also
Uh,
have
um,
they have Patty Mills too. Dang, they got
yeah.
actually a good bench.
Oh no, yeah, they got shooters, man. They got
Okay. I
shooters.
look at their starting lineup and there's better players on their bench
I
than their
know, I
starting
know,
lineup.
I know. And what is it?
Cam
Cam
Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah.
He didn't have a good game against the Clippers
He
Saturday
he
night.
was very fun to watch in college. He just shot it
Oh
from
yeah,
wherever.
oh yeah, yeah. He was a bucket in college, and I saw a stat like ever since Steve Nash was fired, he's averaging like 23. So I wonder if that was like a Steve Nash thing because he barely was getting playing time,
Oh,
which
I
I
got a
thought was
question for
interesting.
you. Would
Yeah,
what if the Nets called and said, "We'll give you Kyrie for 80 straight up"?
I I don't know. They're player wise, I think I like it, but I just never like. To be fair, honestly, AD's played so far this year. He hasn't been injured yet. But the thing is with Kyrie, you never know. They're so unpredictable. Like they're
I just
so
think Kyrie's
unpredictable.
kind of a locker room cancer.
Hmm. He really is. And a lot of people say like he's not, but I mean, look at what's happened ever since, he
Yeah.
left the Cavs. He's not gone anywhere. So, yeah. Um the Wizards beat the Jazz 121-112 on Saturday night. The Jazz have lost. I guess it was just
One.
that one. I thought yeah, I guess it was just that one. I thought they lost
AJ's
the
like,
night
I'm trying to
before.
I'm trying to knock them, but they keep winning.
Yeah, I know. For real, dude. But Kristaps Porzingis with a big game, 31 and 12, or 31 and 10, 12 for 20 from the field. Look at Porzingis
I
doing his
love
thing.
Porzingis.
I think it was Friday night. I didn't mention when was that Kuzma game that he went nuts. Maybe that was Thursday.
Oh, that's another. Did you see it? Did you see what he wore into the arena? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, he's always doing something different. Yeah, it was Thursday night. He had 36, 11, and 6. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's wild. Kyle Kuzma doing
If
his thing.
Porzingis stays healthy though, I've always liked Porzingis.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
solid. Yeah, he has a career average of 20 points a game.
people always just think he's like a stretch big, but he's definitely
Yeah.
more than that
Oh yeah. He
for
plays good
sure.
D too. He's so long.
Yeah. You mentioned the Tatum performance on Saturday night. They beat the Pistons 117-108. The Celtics are now 10-3, and Tatum had 43 and 10.
Mm.
Absolutely insane. And the
41.
fact, oh, was it 41?
Yeah.
The fact that Tatum had 41, I think Embiid, yes, this next game, Philly beat the Hawks 121-109. Embiid had 42.
Mm.
Neither of those guys were our player of the night. You
Who
know who is?
was?
It's your guy.
Luka?
Yeah. Luka dropped 42, 13, and 10
Beast.
on 13 of 22. 42, 13, and 10. So I even put a little asterisk on our Instagram story for Tatum and Embiid because I couldn't give it to him because a
Yeah.
40 point triple double, man. So yeah, the Mavericks won that
Also,
one.
Jeremy Grant in that game for the Trailblazers dropped like 30.
Yeah, he's had a good season. He really has. The Hornets are now 3-11. They lost to the Heat. Heat have won a couple games in a row now. They're sitting
Did
at
you
6 and
see
7.
that FTX they're went bankrupt, they're sponsored their arena, so they
Really?
canceled. Yeah, it's crypto. Don't
Wow.
invest in crypto.
Wow. I did not see that.
So that's
Dang.
really funny. They signed like a
So
huge deal in the beginning of the year and yeah, no longer.
so
They're looking for a new sponsor.
so what's their arena called then right now?
I guess nothing right now.
Gotcha. They're
It
just
used to
looking
be
for
American Airlines.
I always like that
Yeah.
personally.
I think
Had a nice ring to it.
Dallas is American Airlines too, because
Hmm.
Dallas is a
Hmm.
big like their headquarters, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, American
Um,
Airlines centers Dallas.
the Rockets are 2-11 now, and honestly, they must be the most exciting 2-11 team that I've ever seen because
Yeah,
Demar.
Jalen Green. I just looked at the stats. He had 33 points and he shot over 50%. That's good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
His plus
They just
minus
don't.
was minus 12, but hey.
They don't play any defense. Like Kevin Porter had 23, Jabari Smith, 15 rebounds, but only 9 points. Um, but Şengün has been really, really good for them. Let me get his stats real quick. Alperen Şengün,
He only
16 and
had
9,
that's his season stats.
16 and
Oh,
9.
this the game against the Pelicans. He had 6 points.
Yeah, that was not a good game. Yeah,
He played 18 minutes, and maybe he was hurt.
yeah. And then
Oh,
Eric Gordon.
Boban's on the Rockets now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
why is
I
he
know,
not on the Mavs? That just makes me
I know,
sad.
I know. I want a Boban and Tobias Harris reunion. We need that.
Hmm.
Obi and Toby. That was always fun.
Yeah.
And then the only game that's finished already today on Sunday was the Thunder over the Knicks, 145 to 135. Holy cow. That's the worst I've seen all year. Shea's had a great year, man.
It's
37,
good.
8 and 5. Look at Josh Giddey, 24, 12 and 10. Triple
The,
double for Josh
the
Giddey.
Thunder are gonna be good.
Yeah.
They're gonna be good.
Just imagine. I think they're too good this year to get
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama.
Well, and,
But
oh,
just
imagine this. The Rockets get Victor. Ooh, that would
that's a
be
definite
fun.
possibility, bro.
That would be
That's a
fun.
definite
The Lakers,
possibility.
that's what LeBron, he's like, let's
The- Dude, the problem is they don't have their pick next year.
oh, never mind.
It's the Pelicans.
So the Pelicans are gonna get the number one overall pick.
It's gonna be Wembanyama and Zion put together.
With Brandon
Unreal.
Ingram, CJ McCollum,
That'd be nasty.
and if it was on 2K, my player, MP.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Moving on to our satisfying feelings. I think I had the first pick last time. I think I did.
Man.
So you can get us started.
Oh, okay. The greatest feelings. I'm gonna do this one. Getting a hug from Kaylee.
I love it. I absolutely love it. That's awesome. Well, I think you're the only person that can relate to that.
So you do getting a hug from Hannah. I guess it's
Yeah, there you
different.
go. There you go. Yeah. That's awesome. Great way to start off. Oh, mine, I try to put them in order here. My number 5 would be when a new album drops from your favorite artist. So I'm not a huge.
Wait. Are we doing a draft or are we ranking?
I was just gonna rank,
Okay, so
but
we
like,
can't let we can have the same things.
yeah, I guess so. I guess that's fine.
Okay, I have to take hug from Kaylee's gonna be number one, obviously.
Right.
I gotta take that off
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I gotta rethink this.
But no, when a new album drops from your favorite artist. So
Okay.
Drake's not my favorite artist, but when that album dropped, I got pretty fired up. So yeah, I feel like most people can relate to that, unless you're a Taylor Swift fan. Then I don't know. There's something wrong with that, but but yeah, I'll go with that at my number 5. I
Okay,
saved some really
I
good
gotta
ones
redo
at
my
the
number
top.
5 now.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's this may just be for me, but solving a problem and
Oh,
you
that
get
is
it
nice.
correct is
That is very
such
nice.
a good feeling.
Yeah, for sure. That is a really good one.
So good.
That's your new number 5.
That's my number 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
My
So
number
now I gotta.
4.
Oh my god! Don't fumble. Okay. Okay. Now my 4.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I have like 8 on here. Some of mine are okay. I'll go with like the first one. A sneeze.
It's actually I relate to that for sure.
It feels so
That's
good.
awesome. It does.
Especially I don't know, it just feels really good. And uh wait, did they call a penalty on this or they're just showing how good we're blocking?
It was a holding.
Oh, kill me.
Yeah.
Whatever. That was not a holding.
I was waiting for you to see it.
Okay.
I didn't see what it was, but yeah.
Yeah, it was BS. A sneeze back.
Yeah.
Oh my god. A sneeze, it just feels great, especially if you're like kind of stuffed up. You sneeze and it just like unleashes everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh
No, I agree.
Dolcials.
Also when it builds up and you like it itches, your nose itches, and then it
Mhm.
just finally, yeah, I can feel that for sure.
I don't like whenever you sneeze and it's just spit everywhere. I just like the feeling of it, not
Yeah.
the
Especially in class, man. In class was the worst.
yeah. At work, if you
Yeah.
put your like finger right here and hold it, and it's a
Oh,
very weird thing.
a little
I
trick.
won't sneeze.
Gotcha. I'll take
Sometimes
note
if
of
it's really bad one though, I'll let it loose.
that. Got you.
Pull the trigger.
Uh, my number 4 is when I guess most people can relate to this. When you're in work clothes and you finally get home, you get into some comfy clothes, some sweatpants or shorts. Like if
Just
you're having to wear,
get naked.
yeah, butt naked. Yeah, just getting out of those work clothes, man. It feels good, bro. It feels good.
Okay. my number three.
Hmm.
Uh, you've been having a long day, either at work or uh out and about. You've been drinking a lot of water, and you go in the bathroom and you just had the longest pee of your life. If you
Oh yeah.
watched A League of Their Own,
Yep.
Tom Hanks.
Yep. Yeah. That was actually really funny. Yeah.
Oh, it's such a great feeling.
Yep. For sure. I can relate to that. I
Kind of have
think
to go to
most
the
people can
bathroom
relate
now
to
thinking about it.
that. Yeah. My number three, and I think everybody that's a sports fan, I mean, if you're not a sports fan, I don't know why you're listening to us, but
For this
when your
list.
sports when your sports team wins is one of the best feelings.
Mm.
Especially, I related it recently to like a Thursday night game in NFL.
Side note, that was
When you,
pass interference, but continue.
I saw, yeah, um, they're going for it here. By the way,
Oh God.
4th and 4.
No.
We got to take a quick pause here and watch this. I know you're slightly behind me here, but
Just tell me what happens. We probably don't get it. It's probably gonna be a
Dak,
throw in traffic.
Dak,
Pops
Dak,
off CD's laying hands.
Dak almost got sacked and threw it, and it went out of Pollard's hands over Pollard's head. So incomplete.
Lovely. Now we're gonna lose. Just run it. Oh God, he was like dying.
Yeah, he was getting pulled down.
That was a stupid decision.
So my number three, no, when your sports team wins, and so
Bad
I can
feelings when
relate.
your sports team loses in
Yeah,
heartbreaking fashion to the Packers
yeah.
every single time.
But I would relate it to like on Thursday night football. If your team wins, for example, if you play on Thursday night football, because every team just plays once on Thursday night, right?
Hmm.
Your team wins, and then on Sunday you wake up and you don't have to uh like
Or a
have
bye
that
week.
stress. Yeah, or bye. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
So
perfect.
nice.
Absolutely amazing. Also, before you say your next one, do you see McCarthy throwing his stuff right now?
Yeah, probably because there was pass interference on Mackenzie Alexander the play before.
Yeah, he was throwing
He
his
was
all
all
his
over
stuff around.
CD.
Yeah. All right, but what's your top two, I guess?
Um, so I guess mine are all just yeah. It's another thing. You just had a long day at work. You come home, just a good dump. It's a great feeling. It is.
You're going with both of them, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're going with
Well,
both of them.
I was looking at some
Hey,
other ones. You picked or you had like winning. I had on my one of my options was beating a rival,
yeah.
but hey, taking a good dump just it makes you feel
It's
good.
different. It's different. Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. My number two, and I know people can relate to this one, is waking up to your alarm or waking up before your alarm goes off and then seeing that you have like another hour to sleep or whatever. Like, dude, that is so nice. And then I sleep and then I oversleep anyway. So like, but hey, it feels good in the moment,
Or you
man.
just keep waking up every 10,
Yeah,
15
yeah,
minutes. You're like, is
yeah,
it time yet? You're like, okay.
yeah, yeah. That's perfect. That's absolutely amazing.
And then
Number
my
one.
number one is a hug from Kaylee that I said at
There
number
you go.
five.
There you go. Right on. There you go. Then my number one, if it's not a, she's over here beside me right now. But if it's not a hug from Hannah, my number one has to be a snow day call when you're in.
Ooh, that's
But
a
it
good
has to
one.
be it has to be the night before. It can't be the morning of for me.
Now you don't even get a snow day. You have e-learning.
Yeah.
Schools are ruining the greatest feeling in the world of,
Yeah.
especially my mom being an administrator. Okay, we lost.
Yeah, I saw the big, was it
Turn that
Lazard or
off.
Watson? Lazard.
Just turn it off, AJ. I don't want to know. I
I
literally just
got
turn off the TV.
you. Hey, you're still
Okay.
6-3. You're still 6-3.
The Giants somehow are 7-2.
I know.
Fraudulent.
Yeah, yeah, very fraudulent.
Okay. Yeah,
You were
snow
saying
days.
administrator.
Yeah, my mom would get a call really early telling them that we'd have a snow day, like kind of before everyone. And so I'd hear the phone ring. It'd be 5:30 in the morning. I'd get up and be pumped. I'd be downstairs playing video games. I'm like, this is what I'm
Yep.
doing all day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah, for me it has to be the night before because then I can stay up that night or because it then I if I hear it the night before or the morning of, then I feel like I'm a guy that sleeps in and like you like
Mhm.
to wake up early. And so I sleep in too late and then like I kind of ruin the day.
Mm.
mentally. But yeah, that was my number
Or
one.
the
You had
feeling
the
you look out your blinds and you see the roads covered and you're like, let's
oh
go.
yes, yeah, yeah, dude, man, I
In
feel bad for
Washington, if
kids.
it's even a dusting, call it off.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Yeah, yeah. And at Crosspoint, we always followed pretty much what you guys did.
Oh,
So we
really?
always it had to be like two of you guys. It had to be you guys or Pacific or St. Clair or
Oh,
like
really?
whoever was in that district or
Did you
whatever.
guys have a bus that would
No,
go to school, or would just parents or you would
yeah,
drive?
parents. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we always waited on you guys. But yeah, that was like that had to be my number one, man. That's one of the
Ours
best
were just
feelings.
because of buses. They had nothing to do with.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why it was kind of flawed because we didn't have buses. Like it was really yeah. But yeah, that was our best feelings. We'll have another starting five on Friday's episode. Moving on to
Mhm.
college football though. So I gotta get my little run in here before you take over. But dude, what the heck happened with Washington, man?
Michael Penix.
I did not expect that. I did not expect it at all. And that should have been my did you see it? I texted you about this because I was absolutely in shock
Oh
with what
yeah, the
Oregon
fourth down.
absolutely in shock. I have to try to remember it now. But Bo Nix went down. Something with his shoulder, maybe.
I think if he stayed in, Oregon would have won.
I think so too. I think so too. He just went down for that one drive, and yeah, the Packers just hit a field goal, by the way,
Great.
to finish
Just
it.
go
Um, but
jump
no,
in the ocean.
it was 34-34, and Oregon had the ball on their own 35, I believe,
Hmm.
on a 4th and 7,
Hmm.
and they go for it instead of punting it, and there's like 45 seconds left.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, I try to punch it and just go to overtime because Bo
Yeah.
Nix can't. So Washington got it, kicked a field goal, gave like 12 seconds left to Oregon, and Bo
If
Nix came
that
back
guy
with
didn't
that
step out
last
of
12.
bounds, they would have got a field goal
That
opportunity.
was the huge call too. Yeah, that was a huge call too. But yeah, they couldn't overturn that. And then what was the other thing? Oh, on that 4th and 7, or I guess it was 4th and 4, but they ran it.
Hmm.
They ran it, and he slipped. He slipped and just fell over. It was like the worst because it ruins Oregon's chances for the college football playoff.
Oh yeah.
It's the worst little stretch there for Oregon. It has to be. But yeah, big win for Washington, man. I know the rankings now don't mean the same as like the ones on Tuesday or Wednesday, right?
Yeah, that mean absolutely nothing.
Okay. So the rankings today, Washington was number 15. So I'm guessing they're going to be in that 15 to 17
Probably
range,
around that
probably.
range. Yeah.
So college football playoff still intact.
No.
No,
A
not at
two
all.
loss Pac 12 team, no chance.
No shot.
A one loss Pac 12 team, long
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, for real. But what you got? What stood out to you from Saturday?
Uh Georgia dominated.
Hmm.
Uh Bama beat Ole Miss.
Oh yeah,
Kind of came back
Jonathan.
and won. The
Poor
last,
Jonathan.
yeah, RIP. Uh they had Ole Miss had a chance to win it at the end, but last two plays were in Jackson Dart's hand, which kind of going into it, we were like, that's kind of the one like separator is they have Bryce Young, elite
Yep.
quarterback here, like he can do it all basically. And then
Hmm.
Jackson Dart, who's not as experienced, he took a sack there, I think on third down, which he should have threw it away. But and
He also
then
had that really bad face mask.
oh
That
yeah,
really
almost ripped his
scary.
head off.
Yeah, almost ripped his neck all
That
the way
was
around. Yeah.
crazy. But Ole Miss Quinn or Judkins was amazing, like he's been all year. But yeah, Bama wins. They're obviously not in the college football playoff or going to be in the SEC championship game because they beat Ole Miss. LSU is now in the SEC championship game, and then we can just transition to there. LSU barely beat Arkansas by
Hmm.
3, and Arkansas
Kind of
starting
a
quarterback wasn't even playing.
an ugly game, wasn't it?
Yeah, LSU is going to get Georgia's going to destroy LSU. I
Mm.
I don't. Yeah, they're good, but I don't think they're college football playoff caliber good,
Yeah.
in my personal opinion. Um, I did watch that game. I was hoping Arkansas would pull out a dub, but they did not,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Uh, I thought Mizzou, Tennessee was close there. I guess into half,
Yeah, it was close in
and
half, and then
then
Tennessee
it
just
got
ran away
ugly.
with it.
Yeah, then it got ugly.
Mizzou just, yeah, they just can't score.
Hmm. Hmm.
I still think you need to just put in that freshman, see what he can do.
Yeah, why not? Why
Like,
not? So they're 5-7 with what, 2 weeks left?
yeah, they need to win one to get into
Okay.
bowl eligible.
Yep. And so we looked at this already, but they have who do they have these next two? I remember we talked about the
Arkansas is
Tennessee
their last game,
New Mexico State's next week. So
so they should beat them.
should. Yeah, should. Yeah. Um, what's some other
Uh,
games? I mean, Ohio
what?
State will
Vandy gets their
you know.
first SEC win
Oh
to
yeah.
snap a 26 game SEC losing streak against Kentucky.
Wild. Absolutely wild.
Kentucky, I I thought Kentucky was going to be solid this year. I think if you're an NFL team, you cannot pick Will Levis number one overall. No way.
Hmm.
Don't do
Hmm.
it. Um,
Then didn't they start that? I mean, where was their highest ranking? It had to have been, weren't they like
they're
12
like
or something?
eight at one point.
Oh
I
wow.
thought they got up there.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple teams in the 20s rankings wise that lost. I mean, Illinois lost to Purdue.
Yeah,
Um,
Purdue, if they're playing a ranked team, they're a different team. They always upset a ranked team. They've upset
mhm.
Ohio State a bunch of times in the past when they've been ranked.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hilarious. They just go beast mode. Uh, Oklahoma is 5-5. I know they're not ranked, but
Wow.
that's a surprise.
Huge
Also,
surprise.
Texas A&M is 3-7.
Wow, man. So where were they at the beginning of the season? Sixth?
Six. They
Jeez,
are.
dude.
I saw some tweet. I don't know if it's actually factual or not, but
Mhm.
they said this is the first time a school with the number one recruiting class in the country did not get bowl is will not be bowl eligible.
Unreal.
Wild.
Unreal. NC State, they're in the ACC, got a really bad loss to Boston
Yeah.
College. Really bad
They're
loss.
they don't have their main guy, Devin Leary, so
Gotcha.
they're not gonna be
Two,
the same.
sadly, you and I, our favorite team, Tulane, dropped
I
to
know. The
UCF,
Green Wave.
the Green Wave. Yeah. So were they? They were a one-loss team, right? Because we said they lost to Southern Miss. I think it was their only loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're a two-loss team, and then TCU hung on.
Yes. Low scoring game. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting a higher scoring game, but hey, they just keep winning. That's all you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep
Yeah.
winning and see what happens. They have a tough test at Baylor next week. Then they play Iowa State at home, and then they have the Big 12 championship game. I think the Baylor game will be more difficult, kind of a road test trap game.
Yeah.
And then another Big 12 is K State kind of destroyed Baylor.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
won like 40 or 30 something to 3. But
Unreal.
K State is in the driver's seat to go to the Big 12 championship game. They're in second in that division now. Because if Texas beat TCU, I think if Texas would win out, they would have been in the championship game. But now, because K State won, they're now second. Then Oklahoma State, Baylor, and Texas are all 4-3 in conference, and K State's 5-2. TCU is going to be in it, so I think K State just has to win out, and I think they'd be in it. Obviously, just
A
can't
couple of
lose.
those, a couple of those teams in the Big 12 have been up and down. I mean,
Yeah, they
Oklahoma
just
had
keep beating each
expectations.
other. They're
Yeah.
Pac-12 esque.
Yeah, that's crazy. And speaking of Pac-12, that was the one game I had left to talk about was Arizona knocking off UCLA, number 12
Hmm.
UCLA. Arizona beat Washington earlier this year. They beat UCLA, so a couple big wins for them.
Yeah, and then
Um,
UCLA will probably beat USC next week, and then
yeah,
all the
exactly.
Pac-12 teams will have 2 losses, no shot.
Yeah. And so
It's
when do the new rankings come out? Is that college
Tuesday.
basketball is always
They're
Mondays?
doing it. So they're having the championship classic for college basketball this Tuesday. The first
Okay.
game is I know I don't know I know Duke, Kentucky, Michigan State, and Kansas are playing in it.
Yeah.
And in between the games, they're doing the rankings review. So probably like 9 Eastern.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have much of college basketball because there was no ranked
Oh,
games that
did you
played
see
on
Michigan State and
Saturday.
Gonzaga playing on the aircraft
Yes,
carrier?
I did. I
So
watched
cool.
that game, and the thing is, I didn't. I was. They almost beat Gonzaga. They lost by
Hmm.
2. And when I was watching that game, I was thinking I'm not going to take a whole lot into what Gonzaga does here because they're outside. I mean, no,
Hey,
you
Michigan
should
State playing same conditions.
yeah, I'm saying you should see the 3-point percentages. It was
Yeah,
awful. Like the wind and the like
yeah.
you know how that is. Playing outside and the ball just,
I played better
flies away.
outside.
Did you really? Oh, okay. But I will say, and you're gonna like this, but for me, I don't have huge hopes for Gonzaga. And I was telling somebody this because this year Timmy is their number one guy, and he has been, I guess. But last year, Chet could take over in certain
Mhm.
situations. Really underrated was Andrew Nemhard. He was so
Yeah,
good.
he was really good.
And this year they have like Rasir Bolton and what is it, Nolan Hackman, I think his name is. So like it's not guys that like they're wanting Julian Strother to take a big step forward. Um, but I don't see them. I like their chances in past years to go deeper than what I like this year. I think I
Mhm.
could see them getting booted out pretty quickly. Because I always make it far, they just never make it all the way.
No,
It
they can
always seems like
never.
they always make it like an
After
Elite
they
Eight or
play a
six.
couple tough teams all in a row, they can't handle it.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, for sure. No, I'm not.
Uh,
I'm not against that at all. That's for sure.
so back to college football. We haven't covered
Yeah.
one conference, the ACC.
Oh
Clemson
yeah.
bounced back and won. We
It
won
was
by a
close
big
there.
margin. It's good. We should have won it by bigger, but we had some fumbles, some
Hmm.
penalties, which has been like that all year where our offense will, if you look at the yards, we have a lot of offensive yards, but it's just like we shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
But defense looked good, bounced back, flying around. That was great to see. Louisville's quarterback did get hurt and go out, but they only had 7 points in the first half, 10, 7, 10, 7 or 10, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But we're in the ACC championship game. We knew that last week because I think Syracuse lost, and then North Carolina beat Wake 36-34, I believe. Um, Drake May, he should Loki should win the Heisman, but he won't just because he's playing for North Carolina. But he threw for 448 yards and 3 touchdowns, and also ran it for 71 yards and had a touchdown, which is ridiculous. He should at least get invited to New York for the Heisman ceremony, and they
Hmm.
clinched the ACC Coastal, and so we're facing North Carolina in the ACC championship game, which I think will be a pretty good game.
So you're playing North Carolina? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, in the ACC championship game.
Gotcha. And so when is that? That'll be.
It's the weekend. So
I see
so
it.
it's the weekend of Thanksgiving's a lot of teams' last games, and then I believe it's either the weekend after that is the conference championship games, or that's the weekend when it's the Navy versus Army game. Because that game's
So
always by itself.
Clemson, North Carolina is December 3rd.
So yeah, I think that's the week right after
December 3rd. And
Thanksgiving.
then yeah. Yep. Anything else college football wise? Any like rankings that you think predictions wise that might change or anything like that? Like the TCU
Um,
close game against Texas, you think that hurts them at all? Or I mean,
no,
Texas is good, but
I think TCU should be ahead of Michigan, in my personal opinion. But
mm, you think the top four will stay the same?
yeah, it should.
Gotcha.
Oregon will drop out of the top 10. Um, that's probably it, and everyone else moves up a spot.
Gotcha.
That's what I
Yeah.
think. I think.
And
Oh,
the
actually, wait, what week? Or Illinois plays Michigan next week. I know Illinois lost, but Michigan's played no one this year.
I know
So
it's somebody at least
yeah,
somebody maybe
and
a
they will
little
be unranked
competitive.
when they play them, which is hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. Who do we say Purdue beat Illinois? Right?
Yeah, I want
Yeah,
to look at that Big Ten West standings real quick.
yeah. Go for
Illinois still. Oh my God. So
it.
Illinois is at top in the Big Ten West with 4-3 record, but Iowa's also 4-3. Purdue's also 4-3, and Minnesota's also 4-3. So it's actually like just a tie for first, basically.
Yeah,
So that's very funny.
unreal.
So I have no idea who Michigan or Ohio State's going to play in the championship game.
Mm-hmm. Jeez. Um, in the NFL though. We just finished up, I guess, all the games besides Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football. But I guess we can start with the Germany game. The Buccaneers beat my Seahawks this morning, 21-16. Thought Gino played pretty well. Thought the
Hmm.
defense played pretty well. I just had a feeling, and I think you picked my Hawks to win. I just had a feeling that you know Tom Brady and them, they're going to start get it going now.
They
I just
look
have this
good.
feeling.
They
I
ran
have
the
this
ball,
feeling.
which is really important. And yeah, they ran it a lot. I think that was probably their main focus was
Yep.
to not have Tom Brady throw it 60 times a game.
Mm-hmm.
But they're looking kind of scary, I will
I'm
say.
telling you, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, I could definitely see them doing something here. I think the game of the week has to be that Vikings Bills game. What a
Wow.
finish. What a finish. What was that Justin Jefferson catch, dude?
Yeah, so I watched it. I watched the replay a lot, and it was because that other guy was pulling on it too. So that's if you didn't pull on it, I think the ball would have hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other guy, the guy was trying to pull it
Ah,
too. It like kept his arm up. It was kind of
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
resistance against it, and that was
Yeah.
crazy. And
I
then
mean, what
they get stopped on 4th and goal, and then Josh Allen fumbles the snap. They get a touchdown. Then Josh Allen leads them down the field, throws it to Gabe Davis for a catch where if they actually reviewed it, it may not have been a catch, but they snapped it fast, and then they get a field
Mhm.
goal, and then they lose in overtime. I think Josh Allen threw a pick to end the game.
Yeah. Because I think they were in the red zone or really close to it.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because I mean, the only problem I have nothing against the Vikings at all. I'm indifferent. But the only thing is there's so many Vikings fans running their mouth in our TikTok lives.
yeah.
Ah, I'm not excited to go live tomorrow for
Have
sure.
them just say Kirk Cousins. What's his record when he doesn't play at 1 p.m.?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. The Lions beat the Bears. And I think you and I both picked the Bears to win this week. Justin Fields, another monster performance for you. I'm playing you in fantasy this
Did
week. And
very good for
last time I checked it, there was an 8.8 point difference between us.
how
Oh
long ago did
man,
you check?
like a couple hours.
Yeah, CD
Something
went
just
off.
happened. It was a CD. Dang, man.
He had like 40 points.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm up 25-ish.
Yeah, 137, 111. I need George Kittle to go godly tonight to do something, but yeah, not looking good.
You got more
Um
points than you were projected. You were projected 91.
I know. It's been a bad year, man. For my first year doing fantasy football, it's been a bad year. Um but yeah, the Detroit Lions big win over the Bears. I guess technically they're
Missed
ahead
extra
of
point by the Bears at
course.
one point in the game was huge.
Of course.
The
Of
Bears
course it
and their
happens to the
kicking
Bears.
problems.
Yeah, for real. But the Lions, I guess, are technically above the Bears in the division now. And if the
Hmm.
Packers would have lost, wouldn't have the Lions been
Yeah,
ahead of
they've been
them?
second, I think.
That's crazy.
Do they the same? No, they both have
Lions have
three
played one,
wins.
yeah, just one less game played, so like a half a game
Yeah, but if they
difference.
have the
But
same record, the Lions would be above them because they beat them.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. DeAndre Swift, man, I guess he's dealing with something or still playing with that injury. 6 carries, 6 yards. He did have a touchdown, but 6 carries for 6 yards. That's a
Yeah,
one
just give it
heck
to
of a.
Jamal Williams.
Yeah, Jamal's having a really good stretch here. Amon-Ra Brown with a big day today, 10 catches, 119 yards. Um, and like I said, man, Justin Fields, what did he rush for 2 touchdowns? Yeah,
He ran
130
for like
or
140 yards.
147 yards rushing.
He ran,
Jeez,
yeah.
he's
Glad I
just
picked
turned it
him up off
on.
waivers.
Yeah, man, he has turned it on.
Yeah, he doesn't
Um,
throw for that much, but if he throws, it's usually for like a touchdown or he
yeah,
just runs it a bunch.
seriously. One game that I picked, which I was not happy about, and I don't know, I don't remember what you picked. Was that Broncos Titans game? I picked the Broncos.
Well, I picked the Broncos just because Zach Subke.
That's right. That's right. And I think weren't they? Didn't the Broncos have the ball close to the red zone at the end of that game?
I think so.
Do
I think
you?
they were driving.
Yeah, I thought I saw an update. They were at like the 27. But the Broncos lose 17-10. Big win for the Titans. I knew it was going to be close, either one way or the other. I
It
knew it
was
was
a
going to be
boring
close.
game though. Not a lot of action on red zone.
Broncos don't play a lot of exciting games anymore, man. They
They're
really don't.
bad.
That's crazy. What a turnaround from
I
the
still just
offseason.
ca- I just don't know why they are so bad though.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't
Yeah,
be.
I mean, their defense is really good.
Yeah, they
It's just
should.
that
Yeah,
offense.
you have Russell Wilson. He can't do anything.
I don't know what it is,
Drew
man. It's
Lock would be
crazy.
better.
Yeah. So at the beginning of this episode, you said something about the Jaguars Chiefs game. What did you want to say about that? Because the Chiefs beat the
Uh,
Jags 27-17, but
yeah. So if the Jags missed two field goals, one right before half because the Chiefs fumbled it on a kickoff or kick return, and they got it, and the guy missed the field goal. Then he missed another one, I think, earlier in the game. So it would have been a 3-point game, which would have changed the whole way the end of the game would play out and everything, just with time management and everything. But Trevor looked good though.
Mhm.
Let me pull up his stats. He played really good, which is good to see. Um,
I
yeah,
thought he
threw for
moved really well.
259. What'd you say?
I thought he moved really well.
Yeah, he was 29 for 40, so a good completion percentage. No interceptions, which is good.
Mhm.
ETN didn't get a lot of carries because they were behind, so they had to throw it a lot more, but he's still super explosive. 11 attempts for 45 yards. That's pretty good yards per average.
Mhm.
Christian Kirk is a really good, is looking like he deserves the money they
Mm.
paid him. He's been playing really good.
He has.
And I know they didn't win, but I think the Jags they're getting in the right direction. I
This was their
really believe
first
it.
loss this year where they had not lost. They lost a game more than a possession, or what?
Yeah,
How do they say it? More than
not
a
yeah, within one possession game or something.
yeah, yeah. So every loss they had, all six before today, was a one possession game that they lost. So I mean, they're competing, man. And that I mean, when you're young like that, you have to
Hmm.
see really bright sides out of that. It just has to be tough,
Yeah.
going to the locker room after these tough losses.
Like they're improved. I think this year it's just kind of improving under Doug Peterson, getting some wins, and then I think
Yeah.
next year that's when you got to really have some higher expectations.
I love the start of the game. That onside kick they did to
Yeah, that was
start
awesome.
off. So smart because the whole I loved it. I loved it because the Chiefs fans were doing that stupid chant they do
Yeah.
and just shut everybody up for the time being. And
Hmm.
then, they end up winning. Um but yeah. The Dolphins moved to 7-3, beating the
They're
Browns.
legit.
They really are, man. Do you think they're a Super Bowl contender?
They haven't lost to Tua. I think so. They have if you have Tyreek Hill on your offense, you're set.
And Jeff
Even
Wilson,
though
Jeff
even though
Wilson,
he
another big
didn't, I
day.
think he still had a good game, but other guys were scoring touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, Tyreek only had 5 catches for 44 yards on a tutty. But Ingold had 45 yards. Waddle had 66 yards. Sherfield, who used to be a Seahawk, he had 63 yards. And then rushing, Jeff Wilson had 119 yards rushing and a touchdown. Mostert, 8 carries for 65 yards. And then Tua, no picks, 25 of
Yeah.
32. I think you've always been on the Tua train, right?
Uh, I've well, not I wasn't originally, but since they got
Uh-huh.
Waddle and Tyreek,
Yeah,
I'm like, you don't have to throw it that super far down the field.
exactly. That's why coming into the season, I thought me, you, and Colin all said they were going to be. I think I had him at 11-6, and you guys had him at 12-5.
Yeah.
Like everybody should have known this was coming to an extent
Yeah, he
because
does
he
it.
doesn't.
He has a high completion percentage too.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, he just needs to get it to him, and they create.
Hmm.
Um, the Giants, the fraudulent Giants, as we both agree
Hmm.
on, beat the Texans 24-16. A lot closer that I think Giants fans would like.
Hmm.
Saquon Barkley, bro, 35 carries, 152 yards. Goodness. And how about that
Hey,
Darius
I
Slayton?
picked him for fantasy. Let's go.
Who's that?
Saquon to be a lock.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I
Oh,
think
for a
yeah, I
lock.
did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, yeah. Now that I
And I
think about
picked
it, you
Justin
definitely did.
Fields. And I
Mm-hmm.
think my last one did not do good.
I'll have to find it real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris
Um.
Olave, he did not do good.
Yeah. Hey, it's what is that?
You win some and lose
67%.
some.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
my phrase, man.
he had three catches for 40 yards. That's
It's not
7
bad.
points.
Yeah. Darius Slayton, 3 catches, 95 yards and a touchdown. A 31 average. Pretty
Yeah, because he
solid
had one
average.
super long
Yeah,
catch.
exactly.
The guy somehow did not tackle him. I
Mhm.
still don't understand how he did not. He like
Yeah.
bobbled the catch and the guy just dove right past him.
But yeah, I mean, if you're the Texans, I mean, you're just banking it in for the rest of the year.
Hmm.
Um, Brandon Cooks is not doing a lot fantasy wise for people because he's not getting a lot of targets because everybody knows he's their number one guy and they're just
Hmm.
guarding him. But yeah, I mean, if you're the Texans, you got to be excited for a Bryce Young potential or possibility, or
CJ
um,
Stroud, Will
CJ
Levis,
Stroud. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
DJ.
yeah. For a while we were DJ. For a while we were saying Will Levis, and then I guess not. Not
I
now. Can't go that direction now.
I don't know why you would take Will Levis over two guys in college who are putting up ridiculous numbers.
Yep.
I always don't like whenever there's some prospect just because he's big and fast,
Hmm.
but his stats aren't as good as some of the guys in college. I'm like, if you can't perform in college that great, then
Yeah.
how are
Yeah.
you
You
going to be good in
compared
the
that.
NFL?
You compared that the Sam Howell last year
Yeah, I think he'll be
in the
good.
draft. Yeah. The Steelers beat
Given
the
him
Saints.
opportunity.
Yeah. The Steelers beat the Saints 20-10. And I did not pick that one correct. I thought I'm still kind of torn on this Dalton or Jameis. I personally like Jameis more.
Same.
Um,
James just unloads it.
he does. He's not shy to throw a pick, that's for sure. But yeah, like you said, Olave 3 catches, 40 yards. They didn't really do much
This was
offensively
another
at
kind
all.
of just a game I would not want to watch.
I think we all knew that coming into it too.
Yeah. Any
But
game the
Najee,
Steelers play, I just don't want to watch.
yeah, facts. Yeah. I will say Najee did have a much better day. 20 carries, 99 yards. Um, but Deontay Johnson, another guy who I think is a tremendous receiver,
Mhm.
is kind of like, who did I just compare that to? Brandon Cooks, where they're both in really just really bad positions, especially for fantasy users. But Kenny Pickett did not turn the ball over. So I mean that's a plus. And the Steelers are 3-6 now. So
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll get around that 500 mark. I would think not now. That's where I had them
No.
going into the season. But the Colts beat the Raiders 25-20. Raiders are done, bro. I picked them this week, and why?
I picked the
I
Colts.
I should have. I should have. And I should have known, with Jeff Saturday, they'll probably get fired up and win one. The Raiders are 2-7. Going back to our off season or preseason, whatever you want to say, predictions. What's up with the AFC West as a whole? Like everybody's dogging on the Broncos, but like the Chargers have been banged up a little bit, and the
The
Chiefs are
Chargers have
good.
actually
But
they're 5-3. They're doing okay.
even with banged up, yeah. But the Raiders and Broncos, huge disappointments. Which
I
one
guess they're
for
not going to finish 12-5 as I predicted.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What
The
would you
Raiders are a
say?
big surprise for me. I thought they would at least be their usual 9-7
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, yeah.
Or I
Are you
guess
9-8 now?
yeah, 9-8.
Who's a bigger disappointment, the Raiders or the Broncos?
I'd say the Raiders because the Raiders were actually in the playoffs last year. The Broncos weren't.
I agree. A lot of people would say Broncos because of the hype coming into the season.
Mhm.
But yeah, your point exactly. The Raiders were a playoff team last year, and for
I
them to
wonder if
get
some of the
Devontae
Raiders were
Adams,
kind of uh mad that they decided to hire like I know McDaniels is like had a good track record, not as a head coach, but as a coordinator,
mhm,
but
mhm.
a little mad that they didn't hire Rick Bisaccia because he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
really good when he was the interim coach and led him to the playoffs.
So where is he now?
He's a special team coordinator for the Packers.
Oh, for the Packers. Gotcha. I mean, how I just don't know how you can make the playoffs last year and then get Devontae Adams and be
Dude, yeah.
10-7. What an awful year. Jonathan Taylor did show up though.
I think
In
Jeff
his
Saturday is
return.
probably like, we have Jonathan Taylor, let's just run the ball.
Seriously, and that's what they needed to be doing all year. 22 carries, 147 yards, and a touchdown. And yeah. Do you want to talk about the Cowboys Packers game, or you want to skip by it?
No, let's just
All
skip it.
right. Packers 31
Dak, don't
28.
throw picks. They beat us every
uh,
year. I don't know why I thought that.
I just knew at Lambeau would be tough. It's just a tough
We
place.
lose to them every single time.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers just
That's how I feel
I'm
with the
like I'm like
Seahawks.
I'm gonna join Big Cat and his club of hating Aaron Rodgers. I'm with
Yeah.
them 100% now.
There you go. The Cardinals knocked off the Rams. That's a surprise to me, honestly. I thought the Rams would win this one, and the
There's two
Rams are
backup
sitting at.
quarterbacks.
That's true. That's true. What's up with Stafford though?
He a shoulder injury, I think.
Gotcha.
Colt
Look at
McCoy is
Colt.
better than John Wolford,
Yeah, I was about
so
to say, look at Colt McCoy, Texas legend, dude.
mhm.
But DeAndre Hopkins for your fantasy team did really well today, and Rondale Moore did
Yeah,
really
I think that
well.
that draft of DeAndre Hopkins late in the round paid off great.
Oh, for sure. For sure it did. Tyler Higbee actually had a pretty nice day, 8 catches, 73 yards. But the run game for the Packers, for the Rams, have still not got going. Cam Akers,
Six
Daryl
attempts.
Henderson, yeah, it's just not good.
I think that's why they're not doing good.
Uh-huh.
That was their bread and butter is you get a good run game and then just did play action and
Mm-hmm.
just
Yep.
went off.
Are they done? Any playoff
I wouldn't count them
possibility?
out yet. Not
Mm,
yet. Maybe if they lose,
yeah.
they have to get on a streak though.
So for the NFC West, the Cardinals are 4-6 now. Do you think it's just up to the Niners and Seahawks for that division?
I think it's still pretty close for I think anything could happen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. I could see the Seahawks not falling apart, but I could see them coming down to earth a little bit
Yeah.
personally. We do have the Raiders next week, which I feel good about, but yeah. We didn't
Yeah,
talk about Thursday night.
the Raiders are just I just don't understand it.
I kind of like it personally. I've never been a Raiders fan. I do like Derek Carr.
Yeah.
I do want him to do well, but
I don't know why. I think it's just their colors. I think some teams I just don't like their colors.
yeah, I mean,
Like the
yeah,
Steelers, don't really like that black and
yeah,
yellow.
yeah.
Raiders, black. Maybe it's just I don't like the color black as a
Black,
team.
maybe
It's
so.
just too
Yeah,
dark.
yeah.
Or
The
yellow,
Panthers
golden, purple.
right behind me there. Yeah. Uh, but the Panthers on Thursday night beat the Falcons 25-15. Kind of a surprise to me. We didn't talk about that one. Kind of a
Honestly, I could have seen it going anyway. Either
That's
way.
true. That's true. That's very true.
A
Um,
game that I was watching and it was really boring.
the game that like the parts of
Yes.
the game that you did watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna watch like a show.
Yeah. And then Monday night has not happened yet, but the Commanders Eagles, I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be close, or it could be, I guess. But I got the Eagles, like we both agreed on that one. Um, I guess college basketball wise, I do want to shout out SLU. They're 2-0 now. We didn't talk a lot about college basketball here because there were no ranked teams that played on Saturday. But starting Tuesday, like you mentioned earlier, that's when the games really pick up,
Hmm.
and we have some good matchups: Kansas and Duke, I believe. Um, and then I think Kentucky
Michigan
and
State,
somebody else.
Kentucky.
Gotcha. So yeah, that's going to be a good night. And then from there on, we'll probably be covering it every
Yeah, there's
episode.
always
But
some good. There's a couple good non-conference games, but then after in like January, that's when they start playing conference games, and
mhm,
that's when it gets fun.
yeah, heats up for sure. We do have some interviews coming up. I think we planned on hopefully getting one out I guess Wednesday or Thursday, but filming on Tuesday with the guy who tried out for the XFL. And we have some other like we've mentioned in the past that we have lined up. So be on the lookout for that, guys. We will be back Friday. Everybody have a great week and see you next time.
See you guys.